I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you've got a small business, then Facebook advertising may be the single greatest marketing tool available to you today. Nothing else even comes close, which is why in today's episode, we're talking all about Facebook advertising for your small business. Let's get to it. Hey there, Adam Erhart here, Modern Marketing Strategist, and welcome to the Modern Marketing Show, where we help you make marketing that matters. So if you're interested in learning about the latest and greatest marketing strategies, tools, tips, tricks, and tactics, well, you may want to consider subscribing and hitting that little notification bell. All right, let's talk Facebook ads, which happens to be one of my favorite topics to talk about. I feel like a Facebook preacher sometimes, wandering around the internet, singing the praises of high converting copy, profit producing pixels, and positive ROI. But I can't help myself. Facebook ads are just that good. First, they give you access to your exact and ideal and perfect client or customer and allow you to laser focus in on their exact age or gender or income or occupation or any interest they have or other pages they may like. Next, they're incredibly cost effective. Yes, even still today, especially when compared to more traditional forms of advertising like the newspaper or radio or TV or billboards. And finally, while there is a bit of a learning curve involved, they're still relatively easy to use, and they allow you to take a 5-figure business, turn it into a 6-figure business, or a 6-figure business into a 7-figure business, or a 7-figure business into an 8-figure business. So, in order of importance, here are the 4 secret steps behind every single one of my 5, 6, and 7-figure generating Facebook advertising campaigns. Secret number 1 is that you need to have a good offer. Now, I know this sounds incredibly obvious, but you'd be amazed how many times that so many ads miss the mark and fail before they've even had a chance to get started. What I mean here is that you've got to dedicate and devote a significant amount of strategic planning time in order to find the absolute best offer to put in front of your ideal target market. Again, the offer that you're putting out in front of people really has to be good if you want them to take action. Oftentimes, we refer to this offer as an irresistible offer simply because we're trying to choose something that's irresistible to the target market and who we're trying to advertise to. So the key then in selecting the right offer is to find out what your ideal target market really wants and then solve that for them, whether it's a free trial or the first step to a complicated solution or a call or the answer to some sort of problem that they're having, whatever it is, just make sure that it's something they actually want and not just something you think they want. Of course, the beauty of Facebook ads here is that you can test all sorts of different offers. So if your first one falls flat, it doesn't mean that Facebook ads aren't working or they're just dead for your business. Rather, it might just mean that you've got the wrong offer and you may want to test a different one. All right, so secret number 2 is clarity, then creativity. As an agency owner and Facebook ad consultant, over the years, I've had a chance to take a look at a lot of ad copy. A lot. Like tons of ad copy. And 9 times out of 10, the ad copy that I'm taking a look at and auditing or reviewing, well, it could use some serious simplification. What this means is not just dumbing it down, but really kind of removing any form of complexity or confusion from it and really making the message and the offer really crystal clear. You see, most people when they're writing ads, they suffer from something called the curse of knowledge, which means that you know a ton about your business and a ton about the products or services that you're selling. So you try to put all of that out in the ad copy, but what you end up doing is confusing and overwhelming the reader. And confused and overwhelmed readers, well, they don't take action. So when you're writing your ad copy, make sure that it's as crystal clear as humanly possible. This means removing any form of jargon or insider speak or tech talk or any kind of insider lingo that you would be familiar with that your target market may not be. One of the best examples that I can think of and one that I use all the time is something as simple as this. It's like, look, are you hungry? Well, I have a sandwich. I know, it sounds ridiculously simple, but you'd be amazed just keeping that in mind how much more effective your Facebook ads are going to become. Are you hungry? I have a sandwich. All right, so once you've got that clarity down, well, now it's time to start to get creative and to really flesh out that image and paint the picture that you want inside your reader's mind. Here's where you can be more empathetic and you can start to tell stories and you can start to use all sorts of different copywriting techniques and hooks and ways to kind of draw them in and really paint that picture. Good copywriting is incredibly important, and some of the fancy tactics and techniques, well, they work really well, but only when they're built on a proper foundation of clarity first. All right, moving right along to secret number 3, which is imagery. Now there's a lot of talk and a lot of hype about video ads. And yes, video ads can work incredibly well, but so do image ads. And in many cases, image ads actually outperform the video ad. This is especially true if your video doesn't happen to hit the mark. And when you're making a video ad, well, there's a lot more levels of complexity involved, including the quality of the production, the script itself, the delivery. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into a video ad than an image ad. Not to mention, an image ad can be really quickly consumed, whereas a video typically takes a little bit more time and a little bit more investment from the viewer. Not necessarily a bad thing, but something to keep in mind. All right, so some tips on choosing the perfect image. Well, for starters, you're gonna wanna spend a significant more amount of time on the image than you think you should. As an example, I'll often spend hours and hours trying to pick the best 1, 2, 3, or maybe 4 different images to test, and then of course I always let the market decide. So even though I've got what I think is the perfect image for the job, well, I could very well be wrong, which is why I always test a number of different images against themselves. And even when I've got a winner, I still are always out there looking for the next best thing that I can try and beat that original control with. Also, if you're just getting started and you have no idea what images to choose, my advice is to go with 2 different styles of images. One, a direct and literal image that clearly shows pretty much exactly what you're selling, and the second, a metaphorical image, which kind of shows the idea or the notion or the end result of whatever your customer or client is going to achieve by doing business with you. Put them head to head and see which one wins. All right, so moving on to our 4th and final secret, which is tactics. Now, as Facebook advertisers, we all have access to the same placements and budgets and targeting and audiences and all the things that go into it. So there's clearly no secret button or secret switch that only elite advertisers have access to. This is why the focus in creating really high converting and effective Facebook ads needs to be on getting all of the stuff that we talked about first right, and then moving on to the tactics last. Offer, clarity and creative, imagery, and then tactics last. That's what separates the 4 and 5 figure generating campaigns from the 6 and 7 figure generating campaigns every single time. But I won't just leave you hanging like that, so I'll make sure to link up some videos here as well as in the description box below with some of the more advanced Facebook ads tips, tricks, and tactics that'll really give you some of the nuances and some of the hacks you can use to immediately uplevel your Facebook ads and the results they get. So make sure to check those out. All right, so that about covers it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode and got some good value out of it. If so, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that little notification bell, and leave me a comment in the comment section below saying hi and letting me know what your favorite tip was or what you're going to implement first. Also, for more great marketing strategies, tools, tips, tricks, and tactics, make sure to head over to adamerhart.com, which is packed full of all sorts of different videos and podcasts and articles and all sorts of resources to really help take your marketing and your business to the next level and way beyond that. All right, so thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on The Modern Marketing Show.